said, how hard could it be?
How hard could it be?
Honestly, how hard could it be?
Hey, this is Ben. I'm the engineer here at Freedom Music Factory, and as you've probably seen, we are in no shortage of awesome equipment from drums, microphones, preamps, all that good stuff. So we decided last week we wanted to do a little bit of an unusual snare drum test, a mic shootout, and use mics that weren't typically used for that. So we went through a bunch of condensers, a bunch of kick drum mics even, all sorts of stuff, and the results were actually really surprising, to the point where I'd thought, how hard could it be to actually use one microphone to mic up an entire drum kit? So we decided to go for a really simple setup, 6 microphones total, kick drum, snare drum, tom 1, tom 2, left overhead, right overhead. I have everything going through the Shadow Hills Moto Gamma set to discrete mode to be as clean as possible with no effects or EQ or anything going in, and we will play you the dry signal that we got and then a slightly affected version using only stock plugins and making minimal adjustments to really kind of show what could be with minimal effort. Alright, so for this one we have the Audix D6. It's one of my personal favorite microphones. It's a kick drum mic, but it sounds great on everything. Whatever you put it in front of, it's going to sound good. Runs for about $200. The EQ curve is really nice. It has a kind of a scooped mid, a little boosted in the low, a little boosted in the high. So right out of the box you get that real punchy rock and roll sound on a kick. You don't get the dullness that you get from some other stuff. So yeah, I think we proved that this little guy sounds pretty good on just about anything. Alright, so let's get under the hood a little bit here. So what we have is I'm just using all stock Pro Tools plugins, nothing fancy and not really doing anything too dramatic. I have nothing on my master. I will have on the final version a maximizer on there, but again, nothing really affecting the tone. So our kick drum, isolated, still pretty respectable. Just adding simple gate, simple stock compressor, and scooping out the mids a little bit, adding some high, adding some low. For our snare, pretty much same story. EQ, just scooping it out a little bit. Adding a little love with the compressor, but still not much. You can see it's really not getting too much gain reduction there. And then pretty much same story with the toms. Not that much EQ going on, not that much compression going on, and just gating it. The overheads, which would be, since this is a kick drum mic, the overheads would need the most work, seemingly. All I've got, that's all I'm doing on the EQ, just a little bit of boost in the mids and some high-end boosting. I'm compressing it pretty aggressively just to get that snare out of there. And I have a tiny, tiny bit of room reverb that I put on it. If I can take the reverb off, that's where we're sitting with just the compressor. Without it, all it's really doing is interacting with the direct snare and giving it a little bit more low end. But I figured since this is more focused on the cymbals for these and this 6 mic setup, yeah. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for watching, and we will be introducing a few more How Hard Can It Be series. We've got quite a few more microphones that I would love to test out on an entire drum kit, so stay tuned. Thanks.